Today, I will be presenting my research proposal on filter culture and the perfect narrative, how social media affect young people's self-perception in UKM. Now, let's move into the part 1, Introduction and Background. In today's digital age, social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat have become the integral to how young people present themselves. Many users carefully curate their content, use filter and editing tools to create an idealized version of themselves and their lives. This phenomenon, known as filter culture, does not only influence visual aesthetics but also affects self-perception and identity. While filter culture can boost confidence and creativity, it also leads to the self-comparison, identity anxiety, and increased social pressure among young users. The study aimed to explore how UKM students engage with filter culture and how it impacts their self-perception. The part 2 is a problem statement. Social media has significantly altered how young people see themselves. Many UKM students struggle with self-comparison, low self-esteem, and identity anxiety due to the excessive exposure to the filtered and curated content. While research on filter culture exists, most studies focus on the Western context. There is limited research on how UKM students experience and perceive filter culture within Malaysian unique social and cultural environment. Therefore, this study is necessary to provide the localized insight into this issue. For the research question and objectives, to address this gap, this research focuses on 3 key questions. Number 1, how do UKM students engage in filter culture on social media? Number 2, how does the perfect life narrative affect their self-perception? Number 3, can social media optimization help reduce the negative effect of filter cultures? For the main objective is to analyze how UKM students shape their digital identity through filter culture. Number 2, to explore the psychological effect of social media aesthetics and idealize the narrative. Number 3, to suggest a possible platform improvements that could encourage healthier digital interaction. The part 4 is the literature review. My research is based on studies that show both good and bad effects of social media. Number 1, social media and mental health. Social media helps people connect, but it also increased self-comparison which can cause stress. Number 2, filter and beauty standards. Filter make people follow unrealistic beauty standards, making them feel unhappy with their real look. Number 3, social media and identity. Young people shape their identity based on likes, comments, and trends online. These studies show that social media change how people think themselves, which is why this topic is important. The next part is theoretical framework. To study this topic, I use 2 theories. The first one is the uses and the gratification theory. This theory says people use social media to get entertainment, social approval, and self-expression. The second is the agenda setting theory. This theory says social media influence what we think is important, such as beauty, success, and happiness. These theories help explain why students follow filter culture and how it's changed their self-image. Let's move on to the methodology of this research. To better understand how filter culture affects students at UKM, we conducted a qualitative study using in-depth interviews. This approach allowed us to gain deep insight into students' experience, thoughts, and feelings about social media and self-perception. For the samplings, our participants consist of 10 to 15 UKM students who are actively use social media. We selected them based on 3 main standards. First, they must use social media for at least 2 hours daily. Second, they must be engaged with filtered beauty tools or curated content. Third, they must be willing to share personal experience about self-perception and social media influence. For the data collection in 3 phases. Phase 1, preparation. We design an interview questions cover social media habits, filter culture, self-perception, and identity formation. Phase 2, interviews. Each participant had 13 to 50 minutes session, conduct online or in person. Key questions included: how often do you use social media? Do you filter? Why or why not? How do you think filter culture affects your self-esteem and identity? Phase 3, data recording and analysis. All interviews were recorded and transcribed, and key findings were summarized. Like any study, this research are both strengths and limitations. It improved in-depth insight into students' experience, making it flexible and cost-effective method. For the limitation, the small sample size means results cannot be generalized to the entire student population, and responses may be influenced by personal bias. For the scope of study, this study focused on 4 key aspects. Number 1, social media use pattern. Identifying which platform UKM students use the most, like Instagram, TikTok, or Snapchat. Number 2, filter culture engagement. Understanding how often students use filter and beauty tools to manage their digital appearance. Number 3, psychological and social effects. Exploring how idealized content affects self-esteem, social anxiety, and identity formation. Number 4, perception of social media governance. Investigating students' opinion on improving platform design, transparency, and elitism to reduce harm. In conclusion, this study provides valuable insights into how filter culture shapes students' identity and self-perception. By conducting in-depth interviews, we capture real experience and perspective from UKM students. Moving forward, further research with a large sample size could help validate our findings and offer practical solutions for healthier social media engagement. Thank you for watching.